Greetings, soul family. How's everyone doing today? I'm Gabby. Welcome to my Spiritual Awakening channel. If you're a returning visitor, I appreciate you in my highest gratitude. If you're brand new, I welcome you with open arms. Consider subscribing. So today's topic is going to be, I think I'm going to call it crazy versus spiritual. Now, a lot of people are not going to understand when you're going through an ascension, okay? When you're having an ascension and things in your life are changing at a rapid pace, and things are developing, a lot of people who know you are going to think you have lost your mind. Sorry, I'm in the park, but I'm near a lot of noisy highways and whatnot. So people who know you're going to say, you know what, I don't know what happened to you, but something is strange about you and you're not the same person. People who don't know you, they're just going to think you've always been quote unquote crazy, right? Those of us who are awoke, who are aware, who now are taking charge of our lives and are, pretty much saying, to hell with what anybody thinks. I have to do this for me. This is for my soul growth. This is my life mission. You are doing the right thing. Keep doing that. Keep being unique. Keep being true to your specific needs. Okay? Some of us are going to need to be in a hermit phase a lot more. You're going to need to retreat a lot more. Go ahead and do that. Because at the end of the day, these are the things that accelerate your growth. So whatever it is that you need to do. Now, a lot of times people think you're crazy when you just decide, I'm walking out in nature and I want to feel this dirt. I want to feel this earth in my hands and between my toes. And you take off your shoes and you sit in the middle of the grass and you dig your toes and your hands in that dirt and you just get real grounded and real connected to Mother Nature, Gaia, and you become one. And however, it's a wonderful experience for you. Passerbyers and people, just happen to be in that park are going to stop and look at you like, what the hell is she or he doing? Now, some people might now, in this day and age, might now get it. They might understand what you're doing, but there's some people who haven't ascended or elevated or opened up to these types of practices yet. So back in the day, they would call you a tree hugger. You know what I'm saying? If you did anything remotely close to that. And now, I actually have trees that I've named. I have a favorite tree in my neighborhood, and I call him Mr. Dickens. And I like to go and sit under the tree with my chair, and I like to take my shoes off and just, lean up against Mr. Dickens, and enjoy the shade and the breeze and just the natural feeling of being with nature. That's an ancient tree with lots of wisdom, okay, that is completely connected to the root of all things. So, let people call me crazy or not. At the end of the day, I'm doing what's necessary for my growth process, what's necessary for my ascension. Now, a lot of times people will say, oh, there's no scientific proof that what you're doing is beneficial, or you're just doing what, spiritual people tell you should do, and you're not really doing something special and unique. I think the reason why people say things like that is because they just don't understand. And if they would let go of the barriers of judgment and resistance, they would see that the reason why people in the spiritual community do these things is because you're being called to do it. It's not something that you just, oh, I'm just going to do it because that's what everybody else in the spiritual community are doing. Although there are some people who are following and really haven't connected or gotten it yet. But for the most part of us, you know, we're doing these things because it's just you gravitate towards it. You realize that you are one with nature. You realize this, and this is the things you start to do. You know, when it comes down to insects and bugs, I'm, you know, constantly always working on that fear and that phobia I have. And since butterflies follow me, you know, all the time lately, one landed on me and I didn't freak out. I mean, that's massive progress for somebody like me. Okay. So, you know, we all have to do what we have to do to get grounded and get in touch with our higher self. Now, in addition to that, I think a lot of people are looking into yoga and meditation a lot more, and it's not being considered crazy anymore. Before, people would see someone with a mat doing yoga in the park and be like, what the hell is this nut doing? You know, just judgmental and saying, you know, anything because they just don't know. You know what I mean? Meditation, now you see people in the park having group meditations. You know what I mean? It's a reality that used to be looked upon as crazy, but it's so necessary to our ascension and our growth that more and more people are accepting of it. When you see somebody wearing certain attire and they're wearing you know, natural material, cotton, and they're, you know, not necessarily the same materialistic person that they used to be. Maybe they were someone who wore fur, leather, and they did a lot of, you know, fashion type of things. And then now you see them, they don't really wear jewelry anymore. They wear, you know, they're wearing, show you, the beads, you know, and the wood jewelry, and they're not wearing like all the expensive things that they used to wear. People will say, oh, she went crazy. But it's not crazy. It's just what resonates with me more. What resonates with that individual more. You no longer look at things in a materialistic way. When you go through your spiritual awakening journey, you start eliminating all the unnecessary things that was brainwashed, that, you know, you grew up with because that's what you saw this person do. It's what your family told you should aspire to be like, you know, and this is what your group of friends at the time were doing. You break all those old stigmas, you let all that stuff go, and now you start to take part in things that really matter to you, you know? And you don't buy something just because it's the most expensive or name brand thing. You buy something because it resonates with you on a spiritual level. So that doesn't always look glamorous. You know what I'm saying? When I wear my head wraps and stuff, it's a lot different than some of the things that I used to do with my hair. And I feel like I'm still in a transformation phase. And eventually I'll just become all natural, you know? It's a process. You know, you start to cleanse yourself of all the things that no longer fit into your new reality. So, when you really look at it, it's not crazy. It's the furthest thing from crazy. It makes the most sense for you, for your reality now. Spirituality is simple. It doesn't have to be complicated. It really is what resonates with you, what matters to you the most. And you have to feel your way through it, and it's going to look different for every person. Some people have to meditate 3 times a day or they don't feel grounded. Some people have to be in nature all the time you know, in order to feel peaceful. Um, some people can function in such chaos and be still. You know what I mean? So it just depends on your own perspective, what feels right for you at this stage in your life. Because just because you feel a certain way today doesn't mean you're going to feel that way tomorrow. Everything is frequency, everything is constantly vibrating, nothing is ever at rest, and we're always in motion, which means our energy is always in motion, and we're all fleeting to the path of wholeness. So don't think that this is how you're going to always be. You can look at yourself in a span of 5 years. You know, each 5-year set of time, you will change. Not only will you look different, but the type of things you wear will be different. The type of places you are will be different. You might not be in the same city. You know, you might not be with the same spouse. You might not have the same job. Like, so many different things change. So don't think that this is just the end all be all for you. Know that your changes do not make you crazy. Your changes just make you evolve. It makes you step into your spiritual power. And if you aren't changing, and if you are staying the same, it's because you're restricting yourself and you're in a state of resistance. And resistance equals fear. So always challenge yourself. Shed love and light on all the dark sides of yourself so that you can evolve and grow past all your fears. Alright? So I really don't like it when people consider people who are spiritual crazy. But at the same time, from their perspective, that's valid for them. And when they evolve and they grow, they'll realize that we're not crazy. We're the most sane people. You know, we're no longer asleep. We've waken up. And that's what we're all doing together. And on that note, I appreciate you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe. More videos will be coming. And love and light.